Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, and this is the second video of the day. I already made one talking about Extreme E, now we're talking about the Indy 500. It's rare that I do two videos on the same day. I don't actually have that kind of work ethic, but today was an important day, and there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the Indy 500. And we had a four-time winner as well, which is pretty impressive. Who put their money on Helio Castroneves winning? I didn't. I definitely didn't. I put it on Alexander Rossi and he's nowhere. So, we'll talk about the results and what happened and what it means for the championship. So, remember to subscribe and let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So this was kind of a sedate Indy 500. There wasn't really any big crashes. You had Stefan Wilson spinning in the pit lane and hitting the wall, and Graham Rahal crashing after his wheel wasn't fitted properly. But there's no big multi-car pile-ups, which is rare. I think Simona Di Silvestro retired with an issue as well. So only 3 failed to finish the race. So we had 30 finishers in an Indy 500. I don't know if that's ever happened before. I can't think at the moment. I'll check after the video. But we had Helio Castroneves taking his 4th win in the Indy 500, which ties him with Rick Mears, who won his 4th 30 years ago. So he won it on an anniversary of something that happened 30 years ago. He won his first one in 2001, so it's even been 20 years since he won his first Indy 500. Helio Castroneves has never won the IndyCar Championship. I think he finished second 3 or 4 times. But he won the Indy 500 in his debut year and the following year. He won it again in 2009 and now 2021. So that's quite a career. He's done very well. And it was nice to see him take the victory, climb the cage on the track once again. I think a lot of the younger drivers will be disappointed because a few of them were in contention, especially Alex Palou, who's having his best year in motorsport ever, I think. I remember when he was sort of a Super Formula driver, he could beat up, I think he did win a Super Formula race, but I don't think he was a title contender. He was a very good driver. He's really coming into his prime at the moment, and honestly, he's a top contender for the championship, especially as he finished second and Scott Dixon did not do very well. Other top drivers who didn't do very well were Joseph Newgarden, who I don't think we even saw all race. Simon Pagenaud came through at the end to finish 3rd, which is a good result. I think that's probably the best result this year for him. I think there are 6 different winners from 6 different races in IndyCar, which is pretty damn exciting. We had Patricio O'Ward. He had a chance to win. Didn't quite have the pace towards the end, I don't think. It did come down to that final 5, where there was about 10 laps left, and you had Helio Castroneves, Alex Palou, Patricio O'Ward, Simon Pagenaud and Ed Carpenter all within about 2 seconds of each other. And it looked like we were going to have a big scrap right at the end between these 5 cars. As it turned out, only Castroneves and Alex Palou actually swapped places. Pagenaud got O'Ward right at the end. But it was clear that it was going to be between Castroneves and Palou. And Palou is having a fantastic year, as I said, but I did not expect Castroneves to win. This is the first time Meyer Shank Racing have won a IndyCar race in their fairly short history. They've only been there since 2017, and the only other driver who's ever driven for them is Jack Harvey. I think Helio Castroneves is the first different driver. So this is a big result for them, and they should be thrilled. I don't think Jack Harvey will be. But for the other teams, I think a lot of people will be disappointed. I think Scott Dixon and Alexander Rossi ended up being a lap down. I think Scott Dixon did claw his way back up a bit. I don't know if he finished I don't know if he finished on the lead lap, but I think he did sort of get himself back up at the top, but then had to pit. So I'm not entirely sure where he even finished. Same with Takuma Sato. He was second with about 8 laps to go, but he needed to stop for fuel, so I think he dropped way down as well. Scott McLaughlin didn't embarrass himself. Not a great result. I don't think he's anywhere near the top, but he survived. Didn't make an ass of himself. That's probably the best he could hope for. he's still very new to this. It's not just his debut Indy 500. He's only done about 7 single-seater races. So the results he's had all year have been above expectation. He is really doing a fantastic job. And I think he's going to see out the rest of this year doing pretty well. Pietro Fittipaldi was the other rookie. I don't even really think we saw him, but he was there. So as I said, this was a pretty sedate Indy 500. Not a lot of crashes. It's really about that battle at the end, and it was incredible seeing them swap places over and over again at what is actually really high speeds. It's 220 miles an hour touching, probably above that. This was more exciting than most of the Formula 1, in fact actually all the Formula 1 races we've had this year. In fact, every IndyCar race has been more exciting than all the Formula 1 races we've had this year. IndyCar is a really good series. If you don't watch it, if you only watch Formula 1, you should really check out the IndyCar series, because it's just as prestigious. It's been around for, well, the IndyCar series hasn't, but the Indy 500 has been around since I think 1911 or something. And you tend to get more action from an IndyCar race when you do a Formula 1 race. And the names are big. Scott Dixon's a massive name in motorsport. So you really should watch it. Now, I did a predictions video. I don't think it went too well, but I will be doing a reaction video probably on Tuesday. So make sure you subscribe for that. There'll be more content on the channel. We have the Formula 1 Azerbaijan Grand Prix from Baku next Sunday. So well worth subscribing, staying around and checking that out next week. I hope you all had a very good weekend of motorsport. There's a lot on. What else was on? The European Touring Cars. I only watched the first race and that wasn't very interesting. It was at Paul Ricard, which is not a particularly interesting track. There was NASCAR, which I don't watch anymore. And was that it? I think there's something else. I'm sure there's something else I'm missing, but there was maybe Super GT, but that got postponed because of the COVID outbreak in Japan, which looks like it might cancel the Olympics as well. But other than that, I think you've got plenty of time to watch the Indy 500 now. I'm sure there'll be repeats and they'll probably put highlights on the YouTube channel. Make sure you check them out and then come back here and watch something else. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. We are heading very quickly towards 400. It'll be amazing to hit that number. Leave a comment, like and share, and have a good one.